What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So there's a lot of exciting things going on with the project. I mean, the first one, we got a brand new set of turbos. We get some interior upgrades, which I'll show you guys that when we get there. But let me show you this setup that I have going on. Alright, so the new setup is going to be GT35 on all fours. And because it doesn't have an external wastegate or internal wastegate, I did end up having to buy 4 external wastegate. These are 38 millimeters. The challenge with this now though is because I have this set up right here, I mean I could add one there, but the problem might be the one in the back because that's a little tight and I'm not sure how to route my wastegate for the 2 back ones. That also means I have to redo my exhaust, which yeah, I'm not too fond of that. Now, for simplicity, I would have preferred to have an internal wastegate, but because they don't have one for GT35 with internal wastegate, at least, you know, not the budget ones, I didn't look at the really expensive ones, so maybe those do or not, I'm not sure. But I'll be using a 38 millimeter. This is just some eBay brand. I've had pretty good luck with these, so I'm gonna stick with that. I will run 4, which I'm not sure if I actually do need 4. I could probably just run 2. That would make it a lot easier if I could basically use 2 wastegates, so 1 on each side. That means I would just cut in here, add a merge, meet somewhere here, and then kind of vent out from there. I think I would prefer to do that. That way I have some space. Like I could put it right here, right? And then I could also put it right here. That would take care of some space issue. But I am not sure if I could actually do that. That's the second concern. I mean, could I run an external wastegate on 2 on each side, and then yeah. So the question would be, would it be enough to regulate the boost? I'm not sure. But also at the same time, if I do run a single one on each one, I'm not sure if this is gonna be too much or too big of a wastegate. They don't sell anything smaller than 38. Alright guys, so I ran into a bit of a problem. So I tried to take off the bolts here. This one got stuck. It's seized in there. And I'm turning it, and all I see is this thing turning, but not the back end. So I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up a little bit, and then hopefully I can get this to expand while not heating that. And yeah, hopefully I don't break the bolt. Okay, sort of moves, but stops right there. Come on. Alright, maybe if I tighten this top part a bit. Kind of getting stuck. Alright, this thing breaks. Hopefully it breaks with the top right here, so I can weld something, or at least, you know, get a vice grip on there or something. Ideally, get it out without doing that. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere. Turn this off right quick. Sweet, it's coming off. Oh, I see where the problem was. I don't think the exhaust right here, this turbo flange, is flat, because check this out. As I'm moving it, you see that? It rotates a little bit. So it must have gotten bent a little bit on the treads. Yeah, so just as I thought, the flange wasn't straight, so I ended up bending the treads on this thing. That's why it was getting stuck. Alright, so I have 3 of the 4 turbos mounted and test fitted. This one right here is a little bit different compared to the rest. The reasoning being is I bought this one a while back, maybe like 2 years ago. That was apparently based off of a T70 turbo, so I need to order another one. That was my mistake, so that's on the way. In the meantime, I'm going to work with 3 and then do that one last. Now, a couple things. The first one is the oil drain looks like it would actually work. Each one of them is pretty much right on the turbo, so it's close. Now the feed is going to be easy, so that's going to be straightforward, so all the feeds are going to be good. The drain is going to be close or pretty tight, but I think I can make that work without any sort of changes. The major one that I have to do or change is this setup right here. So you guys can see it's hitting the tower. Now I think I might just be able to get a hammer and just bang the crap out of that. Maybe. I gotta check in the bottom and see how much room I actually could push that back. After that, then it's trying to figure out how am I gonna route the external wastegate, because I'm thinking I could probably get away with just like mounting it on top. It wouldn't be that efficient if it's a 90, so it'd have to be a little bit angled like that. I think I could make that work. So one there, that's the easy part. Here is also an easy part, and possibly here. That's doable, right? But the problem is this one right here. I guess I could go something like this. Oh, pointing around thing. Something like that, which is doable, but then I gotta figure out where to route the exhaust. So I gotta go sit down and grab my chair and stare at this for some time, and then figure out how I'm gonna do that. Now there is this other option directly onto here, which I think I could make it work. That might be the best option. It's just leaving it off the exhaust housing. Yeah, that might be the best way. So one here, one right here. Now on the passenger side, it might get a little bit tricky because of space, because that means it has to go right here, and then this one is definitely going to be extremely tight. So yeah, maybe what I could do is on this side I could mount it on the top like that, and then on this side I can mount it in the exhaust housing. That might work. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know which one's the best. Do I want to do a mismatch, or I mean, I prefer to have everything kind of matching, but if I can't make that work, then it'll have to be a mismatch a bit. Alright, you know what guys, I'm gonna go tackle the most difficult part, which is this one right here. I'm gonna go make some clearance on this. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is actually trim this part right here. I don't plan to use this 4-bolt flange. I want to use a V-band. It's just, you know, to make it a lot easier. So that has to go anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and trim this section right here, and then see how much more clearance I need. Alright guys, so what do you know, just trimming that was enough to give me clearance. Now it's still a little bit tight right here, so we might have to do something about that. I'll mark it up and actually just bang it back. It's a little bit hard to see, but I have a little bit of clearance up here before it actually hits the control arms. Alright, so I may have hammered out a little bit more than I needed, but I think we're good. Alright guys, so here's the first pass. I'll probably do like a double pass just to, you know, help me sleep at night. Alright guys, so I got one done. I mean, the wastegate is mounted, that's permanent position. I trimmed the back here already, or I cut it off already, so that's ready to get connected here. Now we'll add a V-band here. I'm not sure if I could reuse this. If I can, that'd be awesome. If not, I'd put another 2.5-inch butt V-band there, and the idea would be to just kind of connect this too, so that way I can reuse my old exhaust setup, which also means I could vent it out without a problem. Now the top part will have to get modified, because now this thing right here, it's gonna be too high to hit that. I mean, unless I want to go straight 90, which isn't a good idea. So yeah, that's not gonna work. I mean, I guess I could go down and then up. I'll leave that for last. Once I do all my wastegate, if this is the only one that I need to put to the top, then I'll figure out a way to route it to the bottom. I gotta see how the rest of them is gonna look first. So I'm gonna leave it alone like that, and then start working on the next exhaust housing, and then probably do those two last. Or maybe I should just skip to those two, because this one's pretty easy and straightforward. Those two are gonna be the one that's gonna take a long time. Now this actually, believe it or not guys, this took all day. Majority of the time though is planning where everything's gonna go, especially like the plumbing and the routing, and making sure nothing gets in the way. So that's, yeah, that takes a long time. Now for the sake of the video, I'll probably skip over, not show you guys this part right here, or at least the making of it. It's essentially the same thing as this times 3, so there's yeah, it's kind of repetitive. But I will show you guys the setup once it's fully done, and then kind of go from there. So with that said, I'm gonna call this a night. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.